All right, we are finally taking the ice here. Ice had been cleared by the Zamboni long ago, and for whatever reason, we're just now taking the ice. Got our matchup today, Rogers PWA versus Spring Lake Park Clean Rapids PWA. We should have a good lineup. I'm waiting for my cohort, John Pitzel, to arrive. He's at Pizza Pub giving them some business. Brandon, how's it going? You want to be my co-commentator for a bit? Come on. Merry Christmas to you too. I'm missing John. I only got a little bit. He's at pub. Merry Christmas, Heidi. Yeah, he's on his way. Oh, looks like we might have a change up here. Liam's warming up with the forwards here today. Liam's warming up with the forwards, and we got Carlin Norman, Kraus, and Max Peterson warming up today. I wonder if they're bringing Liam up to play forward today. Oh, Nora! I need a co-commentator for a little bit. Come talk trash about your brother. Come on. Tell him what he's doing wrong. Come on. You can tell him what he's doing wrong. I tried to get Drew's sister to come talk trash about Drew. He denied it. Huh? Who? That would be funny. Got about 2:30 left in this warm-up here. We'll go over the game today, the matchup. Let's load one of my matchup stats for today. Rogers has been really struggling coming into this season as they're 0-23-2. 2 ties is the best they can do so far. Hopefully we're not their first win. They're struggling currently. They're ranked dead last in 8th place, D10. We're sitting second. 0-11-1 is their District 10 record. We're 9-2-0. Our Minn Kota rating, as I've told you in the past times, it's probably the most accurate state-ranked rating there is. You got Youth Hockey Hub, and then Minn Kota ranks all these teams. It's myhockeyrankings.com, and then Minn Kota does it by level of play. We're ranked 23rd. Rogers is 76. Goals for 124 for us, 30 only for Rogers. Goals against 81 and 172 for Rogers against. So Rogers is really struggling to score, and yet they're letting in a lot of goals, and so hopefully we can continue that pattern where we bury a lot of goals here and they let up a lot. Let's take up the lineup. Yeah, maybe not. No lineup today. They don't have it lined or loaded. Still missing my co-anchor. 35 seconds left of this warm-up, and we'll be on their way. buzzer. That'll bring us to the end of the warm-ups. Boys will clean these pucks up and we'll be underway. Oh, and I see John Pitzel walking in on the far side of the rink, so we'll have our co-commentator joining me here momentarily. Laura, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, Merry Christmas. John, how you doing?
I'm great, Billy. How are you?
Good. Welcome back. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. How was it for the Hamas family?
It was great for us. We had a little, went to Sarah's parents and then back to my parents' house for Christmas Day, and a nice day. Did a little prime rib. I should have loaded the prime rib video or footage on here.
You got a good picture of a prime rib?
Huh?
What are they in the box already?
I don't know. Roger's already got a player in the box.
What is going on here?
Is that Grant?
Something
like Grant
in
Dean
warm-ups?
is starting.
Something in warm-ups?
Grant Dean is starting in the box, it looks like. I think that's him.
You know what happened, Officer Ross?
All right, face off, and we're already on the power play to start the game.
Never seen that before. Never seen that before.
Liam picks this puck up. He's going to throw it over to JoJo Ross. JoJo Ross has it bounced off his stick. Give me a second here while I get this gimbal going here. Carlin steps up, tries to hold the zone. Rogers comes up with it. Liam backs him up, chips it back into the neutral zone. We're really close to the ice here, so it's going to be hard for me sometimes. Liam tries to cut up. Who's that? Carlin crashing in, is able to hold the zone. Liam gives it to Schulte. Schulte brings it up. He drops it back to Carlin. Carlin takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Vaughn from the point takes one. He also goes wide of the net. Liam drops it back to Carlin. Schulte grabs this. Liam's in front. Shot on goal. Hits Liam right in front. Liam goes down on top of it. He took that right to the stomach, I think, as he's hurt. He's going to get off the ice. As the puck finally comes out. And that's going to be an icing.
Well, interesting. I really want to see score sheets and see what the call was on that one, or how they started with the guy in the box. And these guys are hot already. Those black jackets, they're catching on fire.
Yeah, hopefully they continue this pressure. They have a little bit of a lineup change as we're listing. William Stewart is gone for sure, and I believe Isaac Olson's gone too. So they have Liam Hamas playing up to forward.
Oh, they do. That's a good one.
Yep. Will Pitzel grabs this behind the net. He's coming back in, cycles around, shot on goal, but gets blocked by the goaltender. Will comes back up with it. He's going to go cross ice over to Drew Millich. Penalties expiring. Drew drops it back to Jackson Krause. And just like that, we're back full strength. And shot on goal, but goalie's going to be able to hang on to that one.
I know.
Our first power play unsuccessful, unfortunately.
Well, it's nice to see a little bit of pressure there towards the end of that power play, try to get some things going.
Yeah, I wonder what they called that for.
Oof.
Puck comes.
They waved that one off.
Puck comes back out. Jackson Krause drops behind the goaltender. He's going to get it out of the, or try to get it out of the zone. Graham Gazzoni grabs this. Oh, and Rogers comes up with it in front. Will Pitzel steps up. He's going to bring it back behind the net. He tries to pass it up along the boards. Unfortunately, nobody there. Rogers holds the zone. Puck comes back in the near side corners. Rogers throwing it around to the point. Oh, big collision on the blue line as Gramzoni levels the Rogers player. I love it. Rogers regrouping in the neutral zone. They're going to bring it in. Shot, but Jake reads that all the way, and he gets a good glove on that and holds on to it.
So earlier at the unofficial sponsor of the night, the pub, I think you were mentioning Rogers is the most penalized team in District 10.
In D10, they're quite up there. They have the most penalty minutes in D10 currently. They're not very disciplined. We're right behind them. Oh, and just like this, we break out of the zone. Stone had it, breaks it out of the zone, but Rogers able to shut that down and brings it back out. Carlin grabs it. He goes cross ice back to Stone. Stone brings it back in. He takes a shot, hits the butt of a Rogers player. Rogers grabs this. They're going to be able to get it back out of the zone. Puck goes back to Von Norman. Von goes near side to Chalstrom. Oh, and then Chalstrom gets it up to Stone. It looks like Chalstrom's playing winger too. Carlin able to hold the zone here. Goes up to Chalstrom. Puck goes back behind the goaltender. Green's there to battle. He comes up, chips it back behind the goaltender. Rogers gets it. Liam Fresh off the bench comes in hot. Carlin on, he just can't hold that zone. Unfortunately, the puck went right between his legs. Vaughn, though, trying to back him up. He gets up to Carlin, or to Chalstrom. Chalstrom takes a shot. Goes wide of the net, though. Battle over here on the blue line, and that's going to pop out and go the distance of the ice. And we should get an icing call, yep. Be coming back
so that's interesting. We're down 2 forwards, and they stick with the 3 full lines and go down to 2 sets of Ds.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
See who they throw in there. Yeah, they're going to throw Liam in at center. That's what they thought he was playing.
Well, I remember him asking to play center in the past.
In the summer, that's all he does. Looks like he's a little rusty on his face-off wins, though. Although he's quick to get back there as it goes into the corner. JoJo Ross comes up with a Liam, gets it in front. He passes it to Schulte. Shot, and it goes in! Liam to Schulte, and Schulte buries that.
I mean, just a natural center down low, working the puck, wins the battle, centers it to his buddy, and we get on the board right
beautiful.
away.
He has been dying to play in D, I know. In the summer, his summer coach thinks they're crazy for playing him at D, but I think it's good to be well-rounded, so I don't have that problem. Liam wins this one, goes over to Schulte. Schulte comes up with this. He's going to skate it in. Shot again, goes just wide of the net. JoJo Ross grabs it. Shot attempt blocked by Rogers. Liam there to battle along the near side board. The far side corner, Liam and JoJo tag teaming it back here. Schulte floating high, waiting for that puck to pop out. Puck goes out to Kraus. Kraus gets it. He chips it back in. JoJo Ross is there, along with Schulte, but Rogers is able to get this back out. As it comes back out of the zone, Liam picks this up. He sends it over to Schulte. Fortunately, that pass was just too wide.
They waved that one off, too.
Yeah, Rogers, I think, was looking for an icing call. Didn't get it. Max Peterson, unfortunately, not able to hold the zone. He goes cross-ice to Jackson Kraus. Jackson's going to rush this puck. I love to see the D's getting in deep there. Holding on to that puck. Unfortunately, Rogers comes up with that. Oh, and Graham Zoney steps up at a crucial moment. Pitzel stepping up to support too on the near side boards. Graham Zoney grabs this puck, battling. He's got a 3-on-1 situation. Max Peterson's able to try to get it, keep the zone. Unfortunately, it pops back out. Von Norman there to grab it. Von off the glass, tries to get it up to Graham Zoney. Puck goes in, and now Von Norman rushing it. And Rogers sends it the length of the ice. Oh, and it's being waved off as a no icing. Carlin back to pick it up. He's going to find Drew Milich on the hash on the far side. Drew Milich trying to feed it to Graham Zoney. Unfortunately, the pass is behind him. Hitzel stepping in to disrupt that play for Rogers. He comes in through the neutral ice. He's going to decide to carry this one in. Looking for options in front. Rogers able to poke it away, and they chip it off the glass. Carlin with a great stick to try to prevent that from going any further. Battle in the neutral zone. Graham Zoney comes up with this. Oh, and Graham Zoney's bringing it in the zone. He cuts wide, looks to drop it back to Milich. Pitzel comes up with it. Shot. Walker Saved by the goaltender, although I think that one was going to go a little bit wide. Puck goes behind the goaltender. Gramzoni coming around, tries to get it. Milic now battling. Supported by Gramzoni. Milic gets it, feeds it to Gramzoni, who gets a shot. Save. Pitzel gets the rebound, another shot, another save. Oh, and Max Peterson from the point.
Unloads from the point. Top
Buries it.
shelf.
That was a great play by those boys. Cycling the puck, relentless with the rebounds, and Max comes up big with that one.
Yeah, you love to see those D when they step up and lift that back arm. Here we go.
Stone was in the faceoff dot. Rogers comes up with it. They bring it in, shot, but Jake's going to hold on to that one and get a whistle.
I'm going to text Rob Oswald and see if he knows what that penalty was.
Yeah, special
He's
thanks
in the
to
box down
Kinsley,
there.
by the way. Our helper doing the
Keep
the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's great. And happy birthday, Kinsley. 16 this week, or how old are you?
Kinsley, did you hear John?
21.
I'm 10.
10. That's right, 10.
Double digits? Double digits?
Getting old. Shot attempt by Rogers, deflected by the blocker of Jake. Boys trying to get it out of the zone. Hopefully we'll find out what that first penalty is. As John said, he's texting Brock. Brock's in the box?
Rob Oswald.
Rob Oswald. Jake stab. We get it out of the zone, but Rogers grabs it.
Too many men. Did they get him? Oh, yeah.
It looks like it. And they're gonna take a bench penalty.
They start the game in the box, and now they're getting the bench. It's going to get hot over there. I mean, the lack of discipline, now bench penalty. I mean, this team, I hate to say it, but I think the downward spiral is continuing.
All right. We got Liam Hamas out there. Carlin is stepping up for Schulte as Schulte dropped back in the D position. JoJo Ross and Von Norman out there. Liam wins it over to Carlin. Carlin drops it back to Schulte. Schulte takes a shot. Liam picks this up. He's going to try to do a whirly-bird back there. He's looking for passing options. He tries to feed it right out in front. Fortunately, it gets intercepted by Rogers. Vaughn takes this. He's going out. Trying to have fun. He passes it back to Schulte. Schulte takes a shot, and the Rogers goaltender gets a glove on this.
The verdict from Rob is one of the Rogers kids hit the ref, an official, with the puck before the game started.
Oh, and he pissed off the ref.
He pissed off the ref, hit it with the puck.
I know that kid, Grant Dean. He's a nice kid. Actually, Liam hangs out with him in the summer. He plays with Liam.
Well, maybe it wasn't him.
Liam brings this in. He's going to go around. Cuts out in front. Tries to throw it on net. Hit the side of the post, though. Or the net. Carlin's going to hold the zone. Liam steps up. He's going to get it in deep here. He brings it back around the net.
Oh,
He's going to. I think he's looking for a Michigan. They're giving him plenty of time. He passes out to Schulte. Schulte goes back to Liam.
Schulte says, try that again.
Yeah, Schulte picks it. I mean, he had plenty of time. If he could practice that at home, maybe it would have worked, but I don't like that. I think he should stick to playing hockey. Liam again behind the net. Nobody's getting him. He goes back to Schulte. Schulte fires one, hits the goaltender, goes wide. Vaughn steps up. He's going to cycle it right in front. Oh, and he hits the pipe. Liam picks this up. Oh, no, JoJo Ross gets it. He's going to cycle it. He goes to Schulte as the penalty expires and Rogers is back full strength. Still nobody challenging them. Schulte gives it back to Ross. Ross tries to go right out in front. Unfortunately, Rogers intercepts and throws it back to the board. Schulte first to it, though. Liam goes for a change along with JoJo Ross. And Rogers is able to get this out as it comes back down. Will Pitzel, fresh off the bench, feeds it right up to Schulte. And we bring it in offsides as we get a whistle. Schulte had a big collision there and took out a Rogers kid. It was a clean hit, though. It was incidental.
Well, I feel like either Rogers is really slow or our boys are flying. I feel like they're moving tonight.
I think it might be a combo of both.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit motivated, having a little bit extra play time. Keeps their energy level up. Rogers comes up with his face-off win. They get it deep in our zone. Max Peterson's going to be first to it. Loses an edge, but he's still able to send it around the near side boards. Centering attempt by Rogers, but Max again intercepts, and we get it out of the zone. Rogers comes up with it in the neutral zone. The only Rogers player I know, Grant Dean there, 66, dumps it in deep. Max Peterson gets it back behind our net. Ramzoni centers it to Will Pitzel. Will Pitzel goes around. Oh, and Milic coming in hot, but the goaltender comes way out. Oh, and that goaltender came up big as that would have been a dangerous play. Ramzoni feeds it to Max. Max gets a shot on goal, save. Rebound attempt. Another save. Drew feeds it over to Max Peterson. Max centers it again. Man, this line is hot. Rogers finally gets it out of the zone. Kraus is going to be first to it. He sends it back around the boards to Max. Max chips it over to Ramzoni here. Ramzoni comes out of the zone. Fortunately, the puck bounced just off his stick, and it comes out of the zone. Von Norman, fresh off the bench, he comes out, and he's a brick wall as the Rogers player ran into him and had a seat. Shot by Rogers is gloved down by Jake, and we get a whistle.
Right into that hot glove of Oswald.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is on the bench, Phil. That's a great question.
Faceoff comes to us. Stone comes out of the zone with speed. He's looking like he's hungry for a goal. Shot gets just chipped wide. It goes behind the goaltender. Rogers tries to chip it out. They're able to get it out. Vaughn there trying to battle. Carlin takes the guy out, takes the passing lane away. Backhand attempt. Jake comes up with a save. The rebound attempt. Jake came up with another great save there. We clear the zone, but it's going to be an icing, and we're going to have a defensive zone face-off. First in a while. Shots on goal, 13-5 for Rogers is our assistant here is falling behind as she's getting distracted. She didn't like my criticism. Stone comes up with this, brings it into the offensive zone, drops it back to Green. Green goes back to Stone, but it goes between his legs. Rogers gets it, and they rip it around the boards. Max Peterson able to hold the zone, though. Rogers re-gets this, and they are able to get it out. Stone brings it up through the neutral ice. He's going to work it in. Oh, he gets knocked down, unfortunately. Battle there. I don't know where the puck is, and we finally get a whistle as I think Stone's shoulder was on top of it.
Well, we got to keep the flurries in our zone down to a minimum here. We can't have breakdowns and let these guys get on the board.
I would agree. We got Liam in the face-off. Dottie goes up, and he loses that face-off draw. Rogers comes up with it, and they're going to be able to get it out of the zone. Rush coming back the other direction. They don't have any play as Kraus pinches them off, and they have to just dump it behind our goaltender. Schulte gets this behind the net. He rings it off the boards, goes to JoJo Ross. Oh, JoJo almost able to spring Liam as he popped out to the neutral ice here. Schulte finally able to get control of this. He feeds it to Liam. Unfortunately, the pass is just out of his reach. And Rogers gets it and throws it back in. Schulte again with this puck. Oh, and he loses the handle. Rogers able to stop his momentum. Schulte feeds it to Ross. And Rogers brings it in off sides. And I believe we're going to get a line change here after that. Looks like we're going back to the Will Pitzel, Gramzoni, and Milic line. This has been probably our hottest line recently in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 games. They've come up with a lot of chemistry. And I like that the coach is leaving them, letting them play together. Puck goes back behind our goaltender. JoJo Ross feeds it to Drew. Drew just does a one-tap pass perfectly to Pitzel, and Pitzel locks it in. Shot! Oh, and the goalie's able to make a great save on that one. Great play by those boys.
I mean, he had Gramzoni breaking. You'd like to see him slide that over and try to get a better angle on that shot from your teammate.
Let's see what we can do. Face-off win goes back to Carlin. Drew Milich grabs this. He's able to keep it from going past that blue line. Cuts right up the middle. Shot. Oh, and a secondary rebound shot. Goes just wide. Rogers comes up with it, and they're going to send it on the far side boards. Comes out. Carlin's able to intercept it. Pass attempt goes off the stick of a Rogers player, but Gramzoni's there to grab this. And Rogers still comes up with it. Carlin steps up, chips it into the zone, but it goes back to Rogers. And they bring it back out to neutral again. Pass over to Will Pitzel. Pitzel's going to bring it in. He cuts wide. He's got Gramzoni. Feeds it over to Graham. Oh, and they just can't find the final connection there. So Rogers sends it the length of the ice. And refs are saying no. They must have thought one of us tipped it. I don't know if that happened, but... Oh, no. Max Peterson tried to pass it out. Unfortunately, it landed straight on the stick of a Rogers player who fired it wide. We got 43 seconds left of this period. As we come out, Michael Chalstrom sends it over to Drew Milich. Drew gives it back to Chalstrom, and Rogers bumps Chalstrom off of that. Rogers coming back into the zone. Nudged out by Stone, fresh off the bench. 24 seconds in the first. Max there to grab that. He sends it near side to Chalstrom. Chalstrom tries to feed Stone. Unfortunately, the pass landed up behind him. Stone's still able to grab this. He cuts right up the middle, fires. I think it went right off the face mask of the goaltender and bounced up behind. Puck picked up by Krause, and we get the buzzer. What a great first period of hockey.
I feel like we came out flying. Yeah, and actually, that's a great point. I got Phil here waving me down. No penalties on our SLPCR group. Yeah.
I just thought of the other time.
We'll be quick to Blaine.
I don't know.
All right, we'll see what the boys can do coming into the second period. The passing, the cycling of the puck in the offensive zone, the pressure. I mean, obviously we're playing a team that's struggling themselves, so it might be an unfair look. Tomorrow might be the better gauge because I think it's the same lineup. I think we're missing Ike, and I think we're missing Stewart again tomorrow, and we play Anoka. So the true test will be tomorrow, but maybe this will build their confidence.
Sometimes you need days like this with some time to work on some things and find each other and get that chemistry going like you're talking about. You know, you're moving Liam and Charleston to forward. They got to kind of try to find their bearings with their new partners and you know, get used to it. And this is a great day to do that. If this
they're starting off well, I feel like, so far. So, well, it looks like we're going to go with Trevor in the face-off dot. He's got Chalstrom Green on his sides with Max Peterson and Krause out there for D. Trevor chips it forwards. Unfortunately, that just goes right to Rogers, and they're able to bring it through. Krause steps up, takes it away. Rogers gets possession. They dump it deep into our zone. Max there to pick it up. Max tries to pass it to Green, but it hits the skate of the Rogers player, bounces back behind there. Chalstrom deep in the zone. He's going to grab this. He passes it out to Green. Green has it bounce off his stick, unfortunately, and Rogers regains possession. They're able to get it back into our zone. Max grabs this. He sends it around the boards. Rogers gets this. Krause with a great play to take away his ability to do anything, and that comes back out. Green currently has it as he comes into the zone. He's looking for passing options, getting pressure as there's nothing right there yet. And the puck comes all the way back down, and we get a whistle for an icing.
They are going to call icing today.
They are.
Yeah.
That one was questionable. I thought the other one, though, when we didn't get a call, was probably more clear-cut. But whatever.
Well, they're just coming off of the holiday break here.
Yeah.
You know.
All fat and sassy, right?
Fat and sassy.
We get a fresh line. We got Hamas out there again in the face-off dot. He wins it. It goes over to JoJo Ross. He drops it back to Norman, who throws one on net. Liam there pressuring on the far side corner. Rogers comes up with this, and they're able to spring a breakout. Oh, Schulte with a great stick. Rogers able to continue to get this. Schulte and Liam now in together. Oh, shot. It goes just wide. Liam's first to it on the near side boards. He tries to chip it in. Rogers comes up with it, and they throw it out of the zone. Schulte with his speed, though, is first to this. He brings it back behind Jake. He's got speed as he comes through the neutral zone. He's got Ross and Liam trailing. Puck goes into the corner. And Rogers able to come up with this. Ross, though, comes up trying to hold the zone. And Rogers almost able to break the zone. Liam with a great play, cycling and able to get it down deep. He goes for a change, and it looks like we have Max Peterson and Will Pitzel fresh on the ice. JoJo Ross picks this up behind the net. He tries to center. Schulte there battling, trying to keep it. Will Pitzel fresh off the bench, grabs it. Unfortunately, just loses it to Rogers. So they were able to get it out of the zone. Shot on net from neutral ice is saved by Jake. Puck goes back behind the goaltender. Max Peterson grabs this. Oh, and he just fans on the pass, trying to feed Drew Milich, who would have been probably going pretty quick. And it looks like Liam might be hurt as we're getting waved down to go back to him. And I don't know what happened with Liam.
I saw him hustle off the ice on that line change.
Yeah, I did too.
So I don't know if something happened in between.
I don't know, but coach is just waving for us, and Sarah's going to go down and check on him, but hopefully he's fine. Will Pitzel, he wins this faceoff draw, goes over to Max Peterson. Max tries to feed it back to Will, goes off his stick though, and right back to Rogers. Rogers bringing it back in to our zone, and they get caught on an offsides.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close.
Yeah. Faceoff goes back to us as Will Pitzel comes up with a win. Kraus grabs it. He tries to throw it up the near side boards. Pitzel stepping back. He supports it by grabbing this. Feeds it over to Gramzoni. Gramzoni tries to pass it back over to Drew Milich. Can't come up with it. Puck continues to stay on the near side boards in the neutral zone. Rogers comes up with this. Shot attempt from the point goes well wide as Jake deflects it back to the corner. Rogers gets a fresh change. Not going to work out as Will Pitzel feeds it over to Drew Milich. And unfortunately that pass was just out of the reach as we get an icing. It's like Liam is still down behind the play back there.
Trying to get a look at Liam here and see what's going on.
I'll send her a text message from my work phone.
I think it's his stomach, Dad. He did not make it
Battle continues through the neutral zone. Stone's got it here. Norman steps up trying to support. Rogers gets possession of this and they bring it back out. Carlin chips it off the glass to get it out of the zone. Green gets it on the near side here and he brings it in. Rogers continues to battle. Dean coming up with it from Rogers. He's going to throw it off the glass, goes to Carlin. Carlin cycles it back deep, goes back behind the Rogers goaltender. Chalstrom there to grab it. And he throws it over to Green. Green tried to center it, but fanned on it, unfortunately. Rogers comes up with this. And they bring it out of the zone. Norman grabs it. He goes back behind Jake. Tries to feed it all the way up to JoJo Ross. I don't know what that is. Red line past two blue lines. Trying to feed him quite the long pass. Rogers comes back out, brings it into the zone. Carlin's first back to it, loses his footing temporarily there. Brings it back behind our goaltender. Rogers gets it, shot attempt goes well wide of the net. Schulte. Oh, and they lose it there in the neutral island. Schulte doing a good job battling. Continues to poke that puck away. Rogers throws it off the glass, goes back to Von Norman. Von does it again, sends it. No icing as Will Pitzel got a tip on that one. Good stick by Will. Rogers tries to throw it out of the zone. Schulte, though, comes up with it. He's going to make a U-turn. He throws it back over to JoJo Ross. Centers it. Schulte with a shot attempt. Kind of fanned on that shot, though, as he doesn't get much on it. Rogers brings it back out. Shot on Jake. Jake uses his stick and deflects it into the glass. Stone, fresh off the bench, feeds it right up to Drew Millich. Drew brings it in. He's going to cut wide. He cuts back behind the goaltender, and he loses the edge.
On that one. That one, I think, was close.
I would agree. And the puck comes all the way down, and we get an icing. Still no update, as Liam still doesn't have his helmet on. Text his mom to figure out what the heck's going on. I've had James work fun.
Yeah. Well, James, he knows what's going on.
Oh, it sounds like he feels like he's gonna puck hurt where he got a. It's from the shot where he took the shot to the center of his body from Schulte in front of the net. Boys get it. Max Peterson goes cross ice to Kraus. Kraus almost loses. Continues to hold the zone. I don't know how we're not getting some penalty. The parents here on our side are getting upset. It's going to be a violent game if we don't get going here. Rogers dumps it in behind our goaltender. They're first to pick it up. They have time. Max Peterson trying to get in there. Shot back to, or pass back to the point. Shot attempt goes wide. Kraus comes up with it. Puck continues to go in, and Jake doesn't like what he sees, so he's going to hold on to this.
Liam, did he put his helmet back on?
He's sitting down, though, unfortunately, so I don't know if that means he's not going to be playing or what. We'll get a defensive zone draw here. Will Pitzel has the face-off dot. We come up with this here. Will brings it out. He centers it to Green. Green goes cross over to Charlstrom. Charlstrom fortunately loses it over to Rogers. Let's get the update. Throw up. Is it because he got hit by Schulte in front of the net by the shot?
From the puck to, it went right underneath his.
Oh, yeah, got him right in the stomach, yeah. You can tell that one hurt. Oh, and Jake comes up big as Rogers drives the net. Is he going to take the ice again, Liam, or Sarah?
I don't know.
Oh.
Coach said he doesn't need to be a hero this.
Well, those gut punches are tough.
Yeah.
Whether it's a knee or an arm or a puck.
Rogers with the face-off win. They come out and try to get a shot off, but it gets deflected. Kraus comes up with this behind the net. He's going to throw it along the boards on the near side here. Schulte comes up with it. He feeds it over to Stone. Came up with it, fed it to Stone. JoJo Ross grabs this now. He gets it in. He tries to throw it back behind him. And Rogers is able to get it and chip it out. Jackson Kraus comes up with it. He feeds it over to JoJo Ross. Goes centers it to Schulte. Fortunately, he loses the handle on it. Boys just get back on sides here. Stone grabs it, rips a slap shot. Shot was saved by the goaltender. Kraus keeps the zone. He dumps it in back and deep. Schulte stepping up. And Rogers able to chip it out the full length of the ice here. And we get an icing.
I think they just wanted a whistle there. They needed a break.
Yeah, I think so too. Got the Will Pitzel, Milich, and Gramzoni along with Norman and Carlin out there. Rogers coming up with his face-off win. Passes it to the far side. And gonna break it out of the zone. Interrupted by Carlin almost. Rogers gets it in. Great read by Vaughn as he gets a stick on it in the shot attempt there. Rogers continues to possess the puck. Von Norman using his strength to come up, disrupt their play. Rogers comes up with it again, centering it. Nobody home, and Vaughn and Milich grab that. Puck gets shot again, but goes well wide of the net. Rogers has to come back out of the zone. They come back in. Goes to Von Norman. Goes to Gramzoni. Gramzoni feeds it up to Pitzel. Oh, and just fortunately they lose it there. Battle along the near side boards. Can't really tell what's going on. Puck comes out to Pitzel. Pitzel's going to bring it back in the zone. Stays in as Milich grabs this. He centers it to Gramzoni. Play gets disrupted though by Dean from Rogers as he's going to carry this back out. He goes right up the middle. Can't make it all the way through as Carlin and Vaughn shut him down. Drew steps up to help out. Pitzel strips this. Pitzel decides to send it the length of the ice as we get an icing, but they probably needed a break at that point as they had been cut out there for a long time. Looks like Liam is remaining seated, so I don't know if we'll see him again or not.
Well, drink a little water and see how you feel in a little bit. I get that.
Good thing I'm not on the bench, Sean, because you know what I'm telling.
Get back out there.
Back out on the ice. Yep. Suck it up, Buttercup. That's exactly right.
It's wise words from a 10-year-old.
We come up with this face-off win. Charlstrom tries to go center ice to Stone. Stone comes up with it. He brings it in the zone, slides it over to Green. Unfortunately, Rogers is just able to get a stick on the puck and send it to the corner. Rouse steps up to try to hold the zone. He's able to do so. Green here drops it back to Kraus. Kraus dumps it back in. Rogers trying to again clear the zone. Stone steps up and grabs it behind the net. Oh, and unfortunately he tried to pass it back to Max. Just didn't have any muster on it. Max then loses his footing. Rogers centers. Oh, and just like that, they come in and they score. And we got a 2-1 game. Our boys need to regroup. Trying to get Liam's attention. He won't even look up at me.
Shoot, that is not the direction we wanted this to go in here.
No, it's not. Rogers comes up with a face-off win. Von Norman there to grab it. Von doing a good job here in on the near side boards. Ross picks it up. He centers it to Schulte. Schulte shoots it. Oh, and it gets deflected wide. Rebound. Pitzel picks it up. He brings it back behind the net. Drops it to Norman. Norman takes a shot. Oh, what a beautiful play. Von Norman takes a shot, deflects off the pad of the goaltender, and Pitzel was right there to get the rebound.
I mean, it's really amazing when you take a nice, hard, low shot from the point, what happens?
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to go bar down. You just got to put it on goal and put your boys to work down low.
Oh, we answered that quickly, thankfully, and hopefully that slows Rogers' momentum. Pitzel remains in the faceoff dot. Fortunately, he loses it to Rogers as Rogers brings it back in the zone. Carlin's back there to pressure and grabs it, tries to throw it off the boards. Schulte picks this up. He centers it to JoJo Ross, who goes to Pitzel. Pitzel unfortunately hits a Rogers player, and I don't know what happened, but Vaughn caught an edge and went down on the blue line here. Oh, and our boys come up big for Vaughn. Oh, and just like that, now Vaughn is on a rush. Let's see what he does. Oh, he cuts in and shot, but the goaltender comes up with a big save. Oh, rebound out front. Pitzel again shoots it. Saved by the goaltender. Von Norman gets up there in the battle again. He drops it back to Schulte. He gets it at the blue line. He sees Ross. Ross backhanders it. Saved again by the goaltender. And Roger is able to finally get it out of the zone. Max picks this up. He throws it back over to Pitzel. Pitzel carries it out. They get it in. Oh, shot attempt goes off the post on the outside of the net, though. Ramzoni grabs this. Goes in the corner. Oh, and Dean. How is that not being called? As Dean just literally just checked Ramzoni flat on his back. That's not a check. I don't know what it is. Graham, though, back on his feet, grabs it. He jumps it to Max. Max takes a shot. It's traffic in front. Oh, and the rebound. Oh, Milic fires it. Goes off the post. Refs say no goal. Peterson grabs this. Max coming in. Puck goes out in front as it hits a bunch of traffic. Stone grabs it. Oh, and it just bounces out through the legs of Krause, unfortunately. Krause goes back over to Max. Max feeds it up the far side boards to Gramzoni. Rogers able to regroup and grab it. Krause gets it. Beautiful play by Krause to prevent that Rogers player from getting it. Stone takes a shot attempt, but it hits the shin pad of a Royals player. We're able to maintain the zone, though. Oh, and Max coming up. Huh?
Dean took a shot right.
Oh, Dean goes down, it looks like. Apparently he got hurt. Where did he take the shot? I missed. Oh, as he got hit in the ankle, it sounds like.
Yeah, sounded pretty solid. Solid shot to the ankle.
We'll pan over to the team and give him some privacy while they come out to evaluate him. He's continuing to lay down on the ice, unfortunately. He's definitely hurting.
Well, the boys are buzzing. They're moving the puck.
They are.
They're talking. This Rogers goalie's made some pretty good saves here. This could be a 6-1 pretty easily.
Yeah, boy, easily. We got 55 seconds left of the second period. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, that's never good.
Looks like he's starting to get up with his coach now. All right, he's going to get up. It looks like it's his right ankle. It's hurting pretty bad. That's never fun. We'll get an offensive zone draw here. Pitzel in the face-off dot. He's got Charleston and Green on his wing. Pitzel gets possession of the puck. He comes in, shot from right in the center ice. Goaltender gloves it down, though. Pitzel going to take the face-off again here. Rogers comes up with this. They're going to be able to break it out of the zone. Carlin's going to be first to it. He brings it back behind Jake. He passed it over to, tries to get it to Green. Unfortunately, bouncing puck is not able to as Rogers continues to hold the zone. Shot attempt goes well high and above the net. We finally break it back out of the zone, but that refs are saying no to the icing. Rogers gets it, banks it off the glass. Carlin tries to hold the zone, but they're able to get it out. Von Norman here near side trying to battle for it. Puck pops out, Carlin grabs it. past it, but unfortunately it lands on the stick of a Rogers player. Vaughn gets this, and he brings it back in the zone at the time we get the buzzer. 3-1 after 2 periods.
Well, this goalie's got to be getting tired. He's getting a heck of a workout in. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how much more pressure he can handle here. You know, games like this always make me nervous because tomorrow you got the #1 team in the state. You got a game like this where your opponent's a little bit slower paced, not quite as, I'll venture to say not quite as talented, not quite as organized. And you got to play against a team that's twice as fast tomorrow and twice as talented. And it's hard to turn that over so fast and just go in that direction right away.
I would agree. It usually, you come back tomorrow with the same expectations. You're going to meet this team again. And suddenly the reality hits. It's like playing a tournament when you play down a level.
This is, these guys are a little faster. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us tomorrow, though, and see what they're going to do here. Looks like we're going to go Schulte in the face-off dot with Stone on his right wing. And who is that? JoJo Ross left wing. Max Peterson and Jackson Krause out there for D.
Still no Liam. It looks like he took a couple laps in the 2 periods.
We'll see. Hopefully he grabbed his stick too, so hopefully that's a sign he'll be back out this period. Jackson grabs this, tries to get it out of the zone, but Rogers intercepts the pass attempt, throws one on net, but Jake comes up big with us. Gets a save. Max Peterson grabs this. Oh, and Schulte gets it. He passes it up to Stone. Stone's going to bring it into the zone. Feeds it back, tries to center it to Ross, but Rogers is able to get there and prevent a shot attempt. Brings it back out. Max Peterson grabs it. He goes cross ice. Unfortunately, pass was off its mark. Rogers picks this up behind our goaltender. Schulte banks it off the board to Stone. Stone brings it in. Shot. Tried to glove it down, but he fumbled the attempt. JoJo Ross behind the net. Passes it to Stone. Stone shot, but Rogers is able to get a stick on that. Gramzoni fresh off the bench. He comes in. Goes back to Ross. Ross tries to center it. Unfortunately, nobody home there, and Rogers is able to grab this. And they bring it back out of the zone. Gramzoni picks this up. He's going to carry it in. He's got speed. Shot from an angle. Goaltender makes a save. Rebound out in front. Carlin grabs it as it goes back to the point. He takes a shot, but is saved by the goaltender. Rogers comes up with it, and they're able to clear the zone. Von Norman banks it off the boards, and it comes back in, but not before our players get out of the zone and we get a whistle. It looks like he's going to take the ice again, so.
Here we go.
Miscommunication. Off the bench and back on the bench here. All right. Will Pitzel's going to remain in the face-off dot with Gramzoni and Milic. Rogers is able to grab a hold of this puck and bring it in. Can't get by Carlin as he comes out. He feeds it up to Milic in the middle. Gramzoni comes into the zone. Pitzel centers it. Krause drops over to grab it. Shot. Oh, and it gets deflected wide. Pitzel grabs it behind the goaltender. Oh, and it comes back out as Rogers is able to get it out. Jackson sends it cross ice to Gramzoni. Graham brings it into the zone. He's going to drop it back to Milic. Oh, and Milic fumbles it, unfortunately, and loses it. And it's going to cost us because Rogers is able to get it and bank it off the glass and get it out. Max gets it, goes cross ice to Jackson Krause. He tries to feed it up. Goes the distance to the ice, but the icing was called off. Rogers passes it out and tries to clear the zone, and they're able to get it out. No icing on that
again.
one. That one I'm surprised by. Who did that hit? Charlstrom chips it up, gets it to Milic. Milic looking for a partner there, but nobody was home. Pitzel swoops in, and he's gonna grab this puck. He's just gonna hold on to it. He's gonna race it in. Unfortunately, Rogers gets a stick on him. Peterson able to dump it in deep. Rogers there first as Pitzel goes for a change.
Liam's coming out. Well, eventually.
And Rogers sends it back down, goes back. Jake passes it over to Schulte. Schulte tries to give it to Von Norman there. There we go. Schulte gets it to Charlstrom. Charlstrom goes to Green. Oh, but Rogers is first to get to it. Green gets it again. He brings it into the zone. He tries to center it to Schulte. Unfortunately, the pass is just a little too far out of his reach, and Rogers comes up with this. And they clear it out to center ice. Schulte's there, though. He's going to drop it back to Vaughn. Vaughn goes cross ice to Charlstrom. Charlstrom brings it in. Charlstrom centers it, goes off the pad of the goaltender. Rebound goes to Schulte, but Rogers is able to get it out. Oh, and the boys, Jake comes up with another good save, and the boys clog up the lanes in the middle there. Don't allow any rebound types of shots there, and puck comes all the way down. The goaltender for Rogers doesn't like Schulte barreling down on him. We get a whistle.
It's going to keep the clock going, huh?
The what?
Keeps the clock going.
Oh, yeah. All right, Liam. I know. Liam back in the face-off dot, battling to win this. Puck goes back to Stone. Stone grabs this. He's going to cross it over to Peterson. He's going to chip it back over to Liam. Liam able to keep possession momentarily, and then Rogers gets it, chips it back out. Krause coming up with this in the center ice. He's going to walk it back in. Stone picks it up. Rogers, though, doing a good job clogging up the middle lanes there. Peterson dumps it in deep. It goes back behind the goaltender. It's like JoJo Ross is going to be first to it. He tried to center it, but somehow it goes flying high. I think it hit the stick of a Rogers player. Peterson, though, able to hold the zone momentarily. Rogers finally able to bounce it out. It comes out back out to center ice. And the puck comes down. Stone picks it up. Stone coming around. He tries to feed Ross. We get a whistle for a cross check. And I think Rogers is finally going to the box. Rogers' parents are mad about something, but they've gotten away with so many penalties. I don't know how they could be mad about anything.
Yeah.
This has got to be one of their lowest penalty games.
Yeah, it is. And an icing.
Yeah.
They haven't been called on icing a couple times.
Will Pitzel's fresh off the bench. He's going to take the face off. Big draw here in the offensive zone. Puck goes back. Gramzoni's first to it. He gets it. He's going to cycle it back behind the net. He passed it back behind the net to Pitzel. Pitzel passed it back to the point. Von Norman has it. He's going to go cross ice over to Carlin. Carlin gives it back to Von. Von goes to Gramzoni in the corner. Graham brings it back behind the goaltender, tries to center it. Fortunately, misses the pass to Milic, and Rogers gets it out. They're able to bring it back in. Von doing a nice job at angling that player off of that. They can't get anything. Pass up the middle. Milic has it. Loses it. Von comes in, rips a shot, saved by the goaltender. Von grits possession deep in the zone, drops it back to Pitzel. Oh, and I don't know how we're not getting a call there as Gramzoni gets leveled in front of the goaltender. Pitzels gets it. He cycles it around. Puck goes to the far side board. Pitzel maintains possession. He cuts back behind the goaltender. Passes it. Tries to go to Von Norman. Unfortunately intercepted by Rogers, and they chip it out of the zone. Carlin's first to it. He picks it back up. He tries to feed it over to Pitzel. Unfortunately, passes off its mark. And Rogers brings it back in. Shot, but Jake gloves it down. Doesn't hold on to it. Drew Milic comes up with this, and he's got some speed. He's going to cut right in. Tries to go up the middle. Unfortunately, gets it poked away. Pitzel's there to support, though. Rogers gets it and able to get it out of the zone. Goes to Kraus. Kraus goes to Peterson. Max Peterson dumps it in deep as a couple of our forwards are going for a change. Max gets it again on the blue line. He goes cross ice over to Milic. Charlstrom's fresh off the bench. He comes in fast and picks this up. He gets a dip deep. Passes it back to Pitzel. Pitzel trying to center, but Rogers got a stick on him and it causes the pass to go off its mark. And Rogers clears the zone, and we're back 5-on-5. I know our scoreboard says we're 5-on-4, but we're not. There we go, and she gets that corrected. Max Peterson brings this in. He passes over to Schulte. Schulte drops it back to Green. Green passes it back to Schulte. Goes to Rogers. Charlstrom's there. Rogers tries to go off the glass or on the boards, but can't make it out. Schulte comes up with it. Shot on goal, saved by the Rogers goaltender. Green's on that far side corner battling. Schulte steps up to support, gives it right back to Green. Green shot. Beautiful save though by the goaltender. And they're able to clear the zone. Charlstrom goes back to Kraus. Kraus feeds it up. One tap pass by Green to Schulte, but unfortunately can't get it. Schulte went down and is caught off sides. We hold it though long enough. Green grabs this. He's going to do a nice spin-a-rama. Rogers gets away with a trip there. We're just not getting many calls. Charlstrom comes in. Oh, and beautiful play by Carlin as he takes it away. Tries to rush the zone, but meets players. Ross is fresh off the bench. He comes in, cuts right out front. Oh, and they just can't get through. Unfortunately, too many sticks in front. Looks like Dean's ankle's feeling good again as he's back on the ice. Stone gets this. He's back behind the net. He feeds it back to Norman at the point. Norman sends one, but it hits traffic in front. And the puck's going to come back out. Stone's the first to get it. Stone's going to bring it back in. He's got Liam. He decides to take a slap shot. Goes well wide of the net, though. And the puck bounces back out. Vaughn's first to it. He's going to chip it up to Jojo Ross. Jojo decides to carry it. Unfortunately gets it poked away. Vaughn supports. He's able to get it in. Well, he's doing a good job holding the zone there. Fortunately, it goes right back to Rogers, though, as they bring it back out. Rogers bringing it into the zone. They get it deep. Puck goes back behind her net. Max grabs it, passes it over to Jojo Ross. Jojo sends it the length of the ice for whatever reason. We get an ice. I don't know if that was just intentional to get a whistle.
Well, again, today the shifts are too long. For example, even Will on that last one, he had the whole power play in another 30 seconds. That's a 2-minute shift. Those guys were just out there for about 2 minutes. It's just too long.
I would agree.
They got to shorten up the shifts.
Okay. Oh, Rogers able to hold the zone here momentarily, and we get it back out. Green gets it out. 26. Parents on our side are not liking the lack of calls, as Rogers has gotten away with quite a few things. Max picking this up. He's able to chip it out of the zone. Comes out to the neutral ice. Rogers was first to it. Cross ice pass back into the neutral zone by Rogers. Meets traffic in front. Schulte swooping in to try to pick this up. He's got Green supporting him. Schulte comes up with it. He's got Charlstrom on his right wing. Oh, and Rogers with a good stick as they poke it away. They're going to bring it back in through the neutral zone. Player fresh off the bench comes in. Oh, and Carlin comes up big with a big save. Carlin with a great poke check to stop any attempt from Rogers. They couldn't even get a shot off. And they're bringing it back in. Rogers gets it deep. Carlin again with a nice stick to send that wide. Oh, shot attempt from the point. The Rogers player gets a stick on it, deflects it. Schulte picks it up as the puck was sitting right out in front of Jake. Schulte passing it to Charlstrom. Chalstrom finding Green in the middle of the ice. Green trying to get it in, can't make it in. Chalstrom has to wait for Green to get back on sides. In the meantime, Rogers gets it. Liam's fresh off the bench and flying. He's going to pick it up. He's going to come in through the neutral zone. He's going to hang on to this as he's going to come in. He cuts over, drops it back to Jojo Ross. Jojo gets it deep into the corner but loses it to Rogers. Rogers throws it around the boards. Kraus tries to hold the zone. Unfortunately, it bounces out. Kraus goes down there. Oh, and these players are getting really handsy in front. It's unbelievable that these refs are not calling more. I do not know how there's not more penalties. Rogers brings it in, but Max Peterson's there, and we get caught offside, or they get caught offsides. Parents on both sides of the ice are yelling back and forth, John.
I mean, the one was almost from behind.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, that you got to call that one. I understand some of the angling and pushing and shoving, but the stuff from behind along the boards, you got to call that.
Rogers gets this, he brings it in. Kraus is there, does a nice job angling him off and makes him go wide. They're not even able to get a shot off there. Pass back out front. Oh, and Jake with a beautiful pad save. He comes up huge. Oh, Jake Oswald. Kraus tries to clear it off the glass, throws it into the boards, and I think he was mad at Rob over something as he tried to kill the coaches.
I don't know where that pad came from on Oswald.
Dude, that was
it
beautiful.
Just miraculously showed up next to the pipe.
That kept this a 2-goal game. I mean, Rogers had him beat, it looked like, and I was wrong. Jake had him beat.
Jake had him beat. And we got an empty net here. Rogers going with the 6th attacker.
Shot attempt, but it's blocked in front here. Drew Millich trying to get it. He goes down on the far side corner. Rogers cycling in front. They center it. Shot. Jake came up with a nice save there again. Puck goes back into the far side corner. Kraus chips it into the corner again. Pitzel coming up and grabbing this. He's going to throw it down the length of the ice. Is it? Oh, and it's just off net, and it gets called off as it got tipped. Oh, and we'll get caught in an offsides. Vaughn threw it on net, but it was offsides. So we had 2 players that were about 5 feet off. Oh, but that's going to probably force Rogers to put.
Well, that face-off, 2 lines that should be center ice or over here, just on our side. But
yeah, and Rogers being forced to put their goaltender back in. Minute 41 left of the third period here. We'll get Chalstrom, Green, and Schulte out there. Schulte's taking the face-off win. Face-off. He won the face-off, but then lost it immediately. Schulte picking this back up. Oh, and he loses it again, unfortunately. Rogers gets this. They center. Jake comes up with it, and he's going to cover and just take the whistle.
Jake, I get the feeling he wants to play the puck today. He wants to keep the action moving.
I like his idea, though, because that one he did look. He got his head up before
he was waiting. Cover. He wanted to see what his options were.
Schulte back in the face-off dot. Puck goes over to Dean from Rogers, but he loses it immediately as Schulte grabs it. He brings it back behind. It goes past it over to Green. Green just chips it out of the zone. I think he was trying to get an attempt as Rogers is back to having an empty net. Rogers in the center ice here, not able to enter the zone. Carlin grabs it. He's going to chip it up the length of the ice. It gets tipped, so no icing. As Schulte's coming in fast. Dean saves it, though, and sends it back around the board. Oh, shot attempt. Get that guy, Payne from Rogers, could get some goalie pads as he played goaltender there.
Oh, he did.
Kept that game, 2-point game. Dean's going to bring it back in. Chalstrom goes down. Backhand attempt goes up and over the goaltender. Puck is going to come back out into the neutral zone. Jojo Ross is sprung. Oh, and he's going to empty netter by Jojo Ross.
And that's going to seal it.
Yep, as we go up 4-1. And they're just going to let the clock run at this point. Oh, they finally stopped it. Ref's talking to him here really quick. One more face-off here. Coach throws Liam's line out there with Stone and Ross as his wingers. Liam comes up with a face-off win. It goes to the near side to Stone. Rogers gets it. Chips it out. Liam comes up at the blue line. Tried to hold the zone. Can't manage to do so, though. And we finally get a penalty with 5 seconds left of the period, or the game. Tripping call gets called finally. Hey! Refs finally stop stuff, but it's well after the play. Liam got taken down after the play.
That's on you guys.
You know, that's interesting, that last call, that tripping call. That's that knee-to-knee that they talk about.
Yeah.
That can be a major. I doubt they'll call it now, but I mean...
They should. They called Liam the last 10 seconds of the Elk River game, and he got an ice game sheet, so maybe get it.
Well, I'm sure he'll get called for the penalty. It'll just be a 2-minute minor, though. And the boys do the gentleman thing. They take the line and shake their hands, but rough ending is fans and players alike are not happy with the reffing on this one and the lack of calls.
Well,
Unbelievable.
I do feel like every time we match up against Rogers, no matter at what level, it seems to be an intense game.
Well, the boys decide some of them are gonna define the, looks like some of the coaches from Rogers didn't like the face-off circle or the prayer circle, but some of the Rogers kids defy their coach and come back and join in.
Well, when you're 0-20, I guess you kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? All right, John, we're back tomorrow for an Oak. Are you going to be
Big
back
game
with
tomorrow.
us?
I'll be there tomorrow.
right.
Kinsley, thank you. Happy birthday.
nice job.
Appreciate your help.
All right.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.